Have you ever wondered what people with virtually unlimited money actually spend it on? One man spent $20 million just to silence his neighbors. He didn't simply buy a bigger house, he bought the surrounding home so the noise would disappear forever. And in the world of football's biggest superstars, that's hardly considered outrageous. Sure, they spent fortunes on exotic cars and luxury watches, but the real game begins when they decide where to live. Some build extravagant mansions, others create private worlds, and one of them didn't just buy a house, he changed his entire address. Instead of settling for another luxury mansion in the city or a secluded villa in the mountains, Ronaldo chose something far more extraordinary. Off the western coast of Saudi Arabia, on an ultra-exclusive private island, Ronaldo reportedly purchased not one, but two waterfront villas. The island is so secluded that there isn't even a normal road leading to it. The only way to arrive is by private boat or seaplane. There are only 19 villas on the entire island. Each one sits on powder white sand, surrounded by crystal-clear turquoise water. One villa is designed for his family. The other is simply a place where he can completely disconnect from the world. Think about that for a moment. Most people struggle to escape one noisy neighbor. Ronaldo bought an entire slice of silence in the middle of the sea. And speaking of silence, Lionel Messi's story might be even more unbelievable. His main home in Barcelona is worth around $9 million, but the real surprise isn't the mansion itself, it's everything around it. According to reports, Messi became frustrated by the noise coming from nearby homes. Instead of putting up with it, he reportedly spent more than $20 million buying neighboring properties, simply to enjoy peace and privacy. Imagine spending more than twice the value of your own home just to make sure nobody disturbs your quiet. Inside, the house is just as impressive. An entire floor is dedicated to fitness. The walls are covered with artwork honoring boxing legend Muhammad Ali. There's a full-size indoor basketball court. Outside, he even has his own private football field, allowing him to train whenever he wants without anyone watching. While Messi's home is built to keep the outside world away, Neymar Jr.'s mansion feels like it was designed to invite the world in. Located in one of Rio de Janeiro's most exclusive neighborhoods, his roughly $10 million estate is less like a house and more like a private luxury resort. It features 6 spacious bedrooms, an underground wine cellar stocked with nearly 3,000 bottles, and a resort-style swimming pool that rivals a 5-star hotel. But the real spectacle is outside. Most people have a small backyard. Neymar has an $8 million yacht docked behind his property, and there's even enough space for a helicopter to land. The estate is so cinematic that scenes from the Hollywood action film The Expendables were reportedly filmed there. Everything we've seen so far has been about luxury, but the next homes on this list tell a completely different story. Some of them are so understated that you'd never guess one of the world's most feared strikers lives inside. That striker is Erling Haaland. On the field, he's a goal-scoring machine who gives defenders nightmares. So you'd expect his home to be an over-the-top palace filled with gold and extravagance. Instead, it's built around one idea: performance. His home includes a private gym, a recovery zone, and dedicated spaces focused entirely on keeping his body in peak condition. Ice baths are part of his daily routine, just like training, but perhaps the biggest surprise is his kitchen. Despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars, Haaland often prepares his own meals. He's known for seeking out the freshest ingredients himself: high-quality meat, raw milk, and locally produced honey. Think about that. For one of the richest athletes on earth, true luxury isn't buying expensive food. It's personally choosing the freshest ingredients possible. Then there's someone who never chased the biggest mansion. Instead, he chased a view. Kylian Mbappe owns an apartment in the heart of Paris worth around $7 million. That number may not sound extraordinary by superstar standards, but the real value isn't in the price, it's in the window. Every morning when he wakes up, he's greeted by a view of the Eiffel Tower, a sight millions of tourists travel across the world and wait in line just to see. Inside, the apartment feels like a five-star hotel, but to Mbappe, it's more than just luxury. He grew up dreaming of becoming a football star in Paris. Now he owns a home overlooking the very city where those dreams began. It's not just an apartment, it's the address of a childhood dream. While Mbappe chose a compact piece of one of the world's greatest cities, Riyad Mahrez went in the opposite direction. His new home in Saudi Arabia isn't even fully finished yet. Even so, it's already enormous. It features around 8 bedrooms, vast open living spaces, and even a private elevator inside the house. But here's the interesting part. When Mahrez received the property, it was completely empty. No kitchen, no furniture, nothing. Just a massive shell waiting to become a home. Most people move into houses that are already finished. Mahrez bought something closer to a luxury hotel, then began building every detail from scratch. As massive as Mahrez's mansion is, the next home is almost invisible. You could walk right past it and never realize what's hidden inside. That home belongs to Harry Kane. Behind secure gates in one of London's most prestigious neighborhoods sits a property worth approximately $13 million. From the outside, it looks surprisingly modest. Inside, however, it spans 4 floors and covers nearly 16,000 square feet. Kane may keep his luxury hidden, but Sadio Mane hardly cares about showing it at all. Around the world, Mane is admired not only for his football career, but also for building schools and hospitals in his hometown. His home reflects that same mindset. It's designed for function, not for showing off. The most important room isn't upstairs, it's in the basement. There, he's built a complete recovery center, featuring a professional gym, ice baths, a sauna, and hot therapy pools. After every match, instead of heading to a luxury spa, he simply walks downstairs to begin recovery. Upstairs, next to the home theater, there's also a dedicated prayer room. Everything in the house serves a purpose. Nothing is there simply to impress. Every space is built to help him prepare for the next game. Most of the players on this list spent years earning fortunes before buying their dream homes. The final name, however, is someone who was barely old enough to drive, Lamine Yamal. Many people assume that because he's so young, he probably hasn't bought much. The truth is far more remarkable. At just 16 years old, after receiving his first major earnings, Yamal didn't buy a mansion for himself. He bought a home for his mother, then one for his father, then another for his grandmother. Only after taking care of his family did he think about buying a place of his own. And even then, it wasn't ordinary. His reported $14 million villa was once part of the former property shared by footballer Gerard Piqué and global music star Shakira before their separation. The estate features 6 bedrooms, 2 swimming pools, a private football field, and even a professional recording studio once used by Shakira herself. And somehow, that's where this entire story changes. Because after seeing all these breathtaking mansions, private islands, luxury yachts, and endless millions, one simple question remains: what were they really buying? The answer is far simpler than most people imagine. Behind every mansion, behind every towering wall, behind every million-dollar purchase, each of these football stars were searching for exactly the same thing: a place where they could simply be themselves. For Cristiano, it was the silence of a private island. For Messi, it was freedom from unwanted noise. For Mbappe, it was waking up every day to the city he once dreamed about. And for Lamine Yamal, it was making sure the people who raised him had a roof over their heads before he ever thought about his own. In the end, these multi-million-dollar homes aren't really about luxury. They're mirrors. Each one reflects what its owner values most. Because no matter how much money someone has, the greatest luxury isn't a mansion. It's finally finding a place that truly feels like home.